Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. A lot going out there as always. Bitcoin back above. Bitcoin held through the night over 40,000. Had some headlines yesterday on EVs, looking like a lot of requirements coming out of the administration of really pro electric vehicle push. If you've been around, man, 2020 was an incredible EV stock run. If you remember Tesla, all of them followed. And I've been saying it for a while. I think I said it all last year. I said electric vehicles were the hottest and longest lasting hot sector I've ever seen in 15 years. And then kind of slowed down. And I've been saying it for a while. I'm like, I don't think we're done with EVs yet. And I kept saying, hey, I think there's going to be some sort of catalyst. Some Ford's going to do something. Tesla's going to do something. One of these smaller ones are going to, the smaller, sketchier, are going to do something. I don't think I ever really talked about the administration doing something. Probably should have saw that coming. I mean, obviously we know that a lot of the Green New Deal type stuff is why why the election went the way it did, and so I think we're going to continue to see a lot of that, a lot of green related stuff, whether it be wind, solar, EVs, etc. So yeah, and as always, we don't talk politics here. We look for trading opportunities. So don't start yelling at me about the merits, the pros and the cons of a $500 bajillion Green New Deal, okay? We're not here to talk about that. We're just here to recognize trading opportunities, and it's no surprise. Now, again, I'm not saying I called it, but it's just no surprise that we have this EV-related news. All right, that being said, let's get to work. Speaking of crypto, BTBT, I would say as of now, still kind of early, definitely top of my watch. Tried to take this overnight, got stopped in after hours. A little choppy after hours. I expected this to, actually, I thought the way it closed and the way Bitcoin was going, I thought that this had a decent chance for an after hours run, but always risky holding, short squeeze momentum stocks overnight. It is what it is. But, you take your paper cuts and you reattack. So nice basing action here, right at VWAP, right at red to green. To me, I'd like to see that week open red to green and or afternoon VWAP hold. So let me get my notes going. And new note. Market. And as always, drop your questions and tickers in chat. As always on Fridays, I like to remind you about the weekend watch list. StocksToTrade.com/watch list. Week of red to green and afternoon VWAP holds. It's free. It's awesome. I'm gonna use the Fast Times at Ridgemont High quote for the second time this week. Learn to live it and know it, live it, love it. Is that it? I think I butchered it. Anyway, Brian asked about ATHX over 180. Let's take a look. Multi-stem therapy. So we got a press release. Blah, blah, blah. A PR is a PR when we're talking. So higher float right off the bat. I don't hate this over 180. My biggest concern is, it's had a few decent runs. So let's, when we talk about morning day trades, we like to see bigger runs than this has made in the past. Remember, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Like the biggest move this thing has made in a year, 40 cents. So in a day, and it's already up 20%, and it's 200 million float. So Brian, I certainly don't hate your idea. It's just, I think there's just not that much potential. Decent setup. No big history of runs. And higher float. So, not a bash. Just when it comes to morning day trades, I wouldn't call it my favorite. Massaro asking about plug. So this is an EV related play. Pulling back to VWAP as of now. A lot of overhead resistance. It's a breakout over 29. So I'd say breaks to 29, risk on VWAP on plug. And that's going to be the plan for a lot of the EV plays. Multi-month breakout over 29. Decent idea there with risk on VWAP. Ravi, MVST at all-time highs. MVST, Microvast Holdings. What is this? What is this? Does not ring a bell. Industrial electronic parts. So is this like semiconductors? Oh, battery. Okay, so battery, EV. So, okay, so it's an EV play. Nice. Is that actually their office? That's like the office from like, hold on. I know you guys don't really care about probably don't care about my fixation with Google Street View, but why don't I have Google Street View of this freaking thing? So if that is indeed their office, I mean that's like look at this. What is this thing right here? Look at what architect designed this. I mean, this is where the zombie virus is going to come from. Okay, if you've watched like any zombie movie, played any zombie movie, I mean, are you going to argue with me that any company that had this bizarro I mean, what architect got dropped on his head to design? And look at these what is this abomination to the eyes? This is, don't go near Southwest Freeway in Stafford, Texas in the next 48 hours if you know what's good for you. So 300 million float, only 1 million shares traded. It's a dip and rip, but it's a crappy dip and rip. So MVST EV play. Technically, it's a high float dip and rip, but it's a crappy one. So trade a dip and rip if you want. KXIN is an EV play. Now I remember KXIN. You know, he's long. I mean, so here's a good example. I mean, look at KXIN. Look at the history of running on this thing. So, and still another higher float, but I certainly like this way more than MVST. And it's a sketchy Chinese company. So KXIN, way better EV dip and rip, in my opinion, than MVST. BYSI, yeah, hanging around, man. This is what you like to see. Ooh, 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 ooh. What? Did they just drop a PR? Please tell me they dropped a PR on a Friday morning. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. Why is this going? Is this a chat pump? Why is BY? So, right off the bat, you knew I already was liking BYSI simply because it's held up all week. This is exactly the type of price action we look for on a Friday. Why? Why is this moving? Is this just the minions on pre-market prep blindly buying whatever ticker I bring up? Because if it is, get ready for rage. All right. I see no news. So love this on a Friday. Again, it's held up all week. This spiked on Wednesday from 9 to 40. and here it's been basing in the 20s. Man, this moved up. So BTBT and this are my two mains right now. So BYSI, nice move here in pre. I'm assuming a chat pump. I see no news. So I'm going to guess right now it's either a Twitter or a chat pump. So what do we do with Twitter chat pumps? You know, we wait till 9:45 or later. But yeah, so I'm going to call it BYSI and BTBT, my two mains as of for the morning. All right, everyone. Ooh, I like this, man. I like BYS. Now remember, that doesn't mean you buy it. And here's where the selective hearing always comes in. Okay, just because I really, really, really like this on a Friday, what did I say? It's a chat pump. It's a Twitter pump. I assume I'm operating under the assumption, because of the fact that I haven't seen a headline yet, that this is nothing but a chat pump or a Twitter pump. What do we do as non-FOMO bros? Okay, we're not FOMO bros. We're like normal people that like to trade volatile stocks but are risk averse. Okay, unlike all the bros out there that are so cool, we really like not living in our mom's basement. We really prefer not being 6 months behind on the rent. We really like not taking credit card advances to refund our trading accounts, okay? We ain't that. We ain't the bros, okay? They can go back to mom's basement because they can't pay their rent and taking credit card advances to refund their trading accounts so that they can buy BYSI at 8:31 in the morning and get bagged. We, as like normal, real people that focus on being consistently profitable and don't try and hit home runs and don't try and risk our own accounts, we wait till 9:45 or later on something like this, particularly when it's a chat pump or a Twitter pump. StocksToTrade.com/watch list. Goes out every Sunday. If you're, I mentioned it a week ago today. Feel free to follow me on my Instagram, TBOHEN. I only have one account, but I'm going to post an update on 75 hard. I only bring it up because I brought it up last Friday. Yesterday, I did almost die yesterday. I joked about it. Well, and I'm joking now, but I mean, 6 days, yesterday was rough. It was rough, my friends. So anyway, if you're curious about my journey through 75 hard, I'll post an update tomorrow to my personal Instagram. Have a great day, my friends, and we will see you next time. And I promise I'll have the music so that you don't have to sit here. See, I gotta... a lot of you guys are like, why do you play the same? See, the problem with streaming is depending on which social media network you are, like sometimes if I finish what I'm saying and just hit the end button, you know, it's buffering. So I'll have the music for Monday. That's why you got the dead air. You're probably like, why are we sitting here listening to nothing? But I got to wait at the beginning and I got to wait at the end for the buffering because of the fact that I'm streaming 5 places at once. So anyway.